Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the first episode of my new build series where I'll be assembling the CYModel 84-inch Lavochkin La-7. I purchased this model from Texas Warbird. The owner, Chris Hogg, was really helpful in putting the order through and getting it shipped to my house. So if you're interested in a CYModel ARF, check out Chris and Texas Warbird. The information will be in the description below. The purpose of this episode is to talk all about unboxing, getting all the parts out, showing you exactly what does come with the plane, what doesn't, and more specifically, these awesome retracts that I'm sure you'll be really excited to see. So let's get the box, we'll show you how it comes to your door and how it's all packaged, and we'll go from there. So everyone, I like to do these unboxing videos, especially with these slightly more obscure models, because we're not really in a position anymore to go to a hobby store and do it ourselves, take it off the shelf, ask permission, hey, can I open this and check out what it's like inside? So I got the 84-inch La-7, I thought I'd open it up, show everyone how it comes, how it's packaged. I'm gonna take each part out, open it up, and show you what it looks like close up, and show off these beautiful colors of this scheme, and we'll go from there. So let's start off with the rudder. So each of these pieces I'm pulling out of the box, and I'm gonna rip off the plastic just to show you how everything is packaged. But we have this nice painted, those beautiful three colors, that baby blue, the light gray, and the dark gray, and obviously the star is a decal. But here's the rudder with the nice slots for the control horns. It's really neat how it's rounded, and that's built in to kind of give you that nice rounded effect for the rudder into the vertical stab. Here is the motor box. This will be attached to the very front of the fuselage, obviously. And I really like how it has the mounting points for the cowling already there, with blind nuts already in there. And here I'm showing off, they actually took the time at the factory to fill up the motor box with foam peanuts. And I'm not actually sure, like, if something was crushed, would those foam peanuts do anything? I'm not sure, but either way, it was cool that I'm assuming they assembled it that way. But just so you know, it's filled with foam peanuts, and it goes together like this. We'll see some 90-degree aluminum stock that we will reinforce this motor mount with later on when we open up some of the packages. But here is the motor mount. It'll be interesting to see how we get this attached, and we'll go from there. All right, here are the horizontal stabs and the elevators, and we'll get both of these out of here. Word to the wise, if you're getting one of these models from CYModel, when you pull one of the surfaces out, do not automatically flex the control surface. And you can see I'm kind of doing it here, and it's weird, and we're gonna show you why. So this is not a foam model where you need to work the foam hinge, control surface hinge. Do not force this. Right now, I don't know what's going on, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't seem right. Why isn't there flex there? But first, let's look at this wonderful paint job. And it's a fully sheeted surface with painted, and I love these three colors. Again, that baby blue, that light gray, and that dark gray. And we have the nice slots there in the elevators for the control horns. I'm really impressed with the finish. It looks really nice and smooth, and any imperfections, if you're seeing anything on there, it's some pieces of foam. And this is where I was like, wait a second, I gotta take this off and see what's going on. So I'm carefully taking off the surface, and right here, I'm realizing as soon as I see these pin hinges, I'm like, wait a second, I was like, did they put those in incorrectly at the factory? That's weird. They're rotated 90 degrees, and then it dawned on me they probably do that on purpose to avoid unnecessary flexing during shipping. So I think that's a good idea. You can see that's how you just have to rotate them 90 degrees and put them back, and I'll do that right now. But I see that's a good idea. I just hope when people pull these out of the box, they don't think they need to work it and get it free and then just crack it, because you're going to break it. But here you can see that full deflection. So word to the wise, the pin hinges are in at a 90-degree angle to, I'm assuming, to avoid damage during shipping. All right, here's the hardware bag. We'll get this open. The first thing is the fuel tank. And I'll just go ahead, take out all of these little bags. We don't have to go through. You can see what they are. There's some hinges, tail wheel assembly. Here's that aluminum 90-degree angle stock that's going to go on the motor box. That obviously is the rudder control horn and the tail wheel assembly. So all of this comes with the model with some extra pin hinges. There were 3 in my bag. All right, this is hopefully what a lot of you have been waiting for. These are the retracts, the new upgraded JP Hobby retracts that Chris from Warbird Models has been talking about. He's made sure that CYModel is shipping with these retracts, and they do not disappoint. So that first bag was the control unit. That bag was the gear door assembly and the axles. There we have the first actuator, the second actuator, and let's pull out the wheels next. These things look wonderful. Really nice wheels. Really nice actuators, and we'll pull out this bag of wires to connect everything up, and let's get to those struts. Now, I've had some models with struts that are kind of fake struts, and they look like they should be oleos and dampening, but they're not. These things are the real deal, and you're watching me take it out of the bag for the first time, and I was like, wait, it's kind of tough to move here, and then you can see me really applying some pressure, and then I'm realizing, oh, look, there's a rebound. Look at that. These are the real deal. This is awesome. I'm really excited for these struts. Thank you, Chris, for if you had any part of getting CYModel to upgrade the retracts to this. Thank you. I'm really excited. You can see the CYModel engraving on the actuator, and we're gonna do a nice little pan to show you these pieces because they are that good looking. All right, I just wanted to get a really nice panning, really close-up shot, so just to give everybody an idea exactly the quality of these retracts that are coming with the CYModel ARFs. All right, this piece was near the top, and for the longest time I was looking at it, I had no idea what it was. And after unboxing everything, I realized this is the floor to the cockpit. So this will go glued to the bottom of the canopy that comes off, and you'll understand when I pull the canopy off later on. But these are just, looks like Depron foam, and they fit right in the canopy. All right, here's the wing tubes and all of the turnbuckles. All of this is together, so be careful when you're untaping this and unwrapping this, because you might there's a slight chance you might lose something. But in this bag, you see there's a ton of turnbuckles, a lot of push rods, so everything in here you're going to need. So just wanted to show you how this comes, and it's all taped up to the main wing tube. And if you noticed, I kind of shook the main wing tube when I put it over the side. There's something inside of it, and let's see what that is. So let's slide this out, and there is the wing tube for the horizontal stabilizers. So I don't think you'd lose it, but just so you know, that's inside there. Here's something I really enjoy from the factory, something really small. The edges of both of these tubes are rounded or at an angle, and a lot of times we have to do that to get it worked in the wing tube for the first time. So really happy to see that done at the factory. Not that big of a deal, but so I appreciate it. All right, here's that canopy. It's going to have to be trimmed and then glued to the canopy of the fuselage, but just wanted to pull this out, show you the paint job, turn it around to show you what you're going to have to be cutting. Here's something not too exciting, but these are the wheel wells painted in that wonderful baby blue. So nothing too exciting here. We will have to chop things up a little bit to run wires and get the actuators and the struts to fit, but just showing you how these come right out of the box. All right, we'll take the first wing out. Both wings are packaged the same way. They're wrapped and taped twice at the edge. But these are fully sheeted wings, covered and then painted. So we'll get this cover off and slide it off and show it to you naked. As I'm pulling this off, you can see we have the aileron and the flaps. The ailerons do not work these because the pin hinges are in at a 90-degree angle, and the flap is using CA hinges. So you can flex the flap, no problem, but we can see the servo pockets and the wheel well for the retracts. The paint job is wonderful, and I'm showing you the root here to see what you're working with inside. You can see that airfoil clear as day. And I'm really happy with this. We'll turn it over and show you that camouflage painting. Interesting note, Pavlov Golovachev's White 23 did not have red stars on the wings, so that's why it's just straight camouflage. So we'll just work the other wing, nothing different at all, but just wanted to show you the quality of the paint of both wings right out of the box and right out of the wrapping. Here's the cowling right out of the box, and we'll get this unwrapped. And if you're wondering what the two side things are, and it's to simulate the louvers on the side exhaust, and I'm interested to see how that's going to work. Looking at it now, it kind of looks funny, but we'll wait until we get it on the fuselage to see how it works. But we can see the nice paint job, and it also has the two silver rings, one in front, one in back. That is customary for La-7s, and that's how the cowling was actually, those were actually rings to attach the cowling around the full scale. So really impressed and love the paint job for the cowling. And here is the fuselage. We'll get this out of the bag, but let me tell you this while I'm pulling this out. This CYModel La-7 comes in this white 23 and then the white 14, which is all red. And we'll talk more about where the red 14 comes from. But I was disappointed because I wanted the red one. I wanted number 14. This was the only one in stock. And all of the pictures online are really drab and not that exciting. And I gotta tell you, I wanted to show this off because I'm now happy I have this scheme. I'd be happy with the red too, but these colors really pop. I'm really excited about this. I was kind of down. I was just, okay, it's an La-7. I don't care. but it does look awesome. The baby blue, the camouflage. Here's the canopy as I'm taking it off. You can see the rivets, and I'll have a nice panning close-up of all the rivets. But I guess I want to tell you, if you're looking at pictures online of this plane, they don't do it justice, and I'm hoping that this video does do it a little bit of justice and show you how nice this plane looks. So there's that beautiful baby blue, sky blue. Love it. While everything was pretty clean, for some reason, I will say my fuselage had a lot of dirt on it. So I don't know if it was sitting out in a warehouse for a week or so before it was wrapped, but you can see I'm actually going to get a paper towel and spray to clean it up a little bit. But all that dirt came right off, and maybe you didn't even see it in this, but other than that, I'm really, really excited. And after I'm done cleaning this off, I'll show you some of the inside and all of the access you have inside. Here's the front, and that's where that motor box is going to be attached. It'll be interesting to see how they have you do that. I see a vertical line there. Maybe we'll have to match things up. I haven't gotten that far in the directions yet. So here is the shot looking all the way forward to the firewall. You have a ton of room, so depending on what kind of engine you use, if you're going electric, you're going to have a lot of room to move batteries forward and backwards to get CG. I hope I don't need to have a ton of batteries to get CG, but we'll see when we come along. But everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for seeing this unboxing video. Again, I wanted to just, when people are thinking about buying a CYModel plane, I wanted to give an example of what a plane looks like. So while I'm explaining this, you can see that nice slow panning close-up of those rivets and how nice that fuselage looks. Alright, for the next episode, we will be doing the wings, so that means installing the ailerons, the flaps, and the retracts. So until next time, enjoy some of these final shots of the 84-inch CYModel La-7, and we'll see you next time.